Hey guys, so today I have a couple patterns for you that I am looking for test knitters. So if you are interested in test knitting, that's what this video is about. So I have a cardigan, which is the one I'm wearing, and then a striped raglan as well. The cardigan is very beginner friendly. It will become a free pattern on the channel. So if that influences your decision at all, if you've never test knit before, that's okay. I don't really know how other people do it, but I will use a Google sign up document. If you're chosen, you'll be emailed a copy of the PDF pattern. And so, how I do it is that you add comments onto like a Google Doc. If you have questions or comments or anything, you put it in the Google Doc as a comment. That way, everyone else can see your comment and your question in case they have the same one and they can comment on it as well. Both patterns have been tech edited, so hopefully the majority of the errors have been found, but it's nice to have other people's perspectives on how instructions are written in case they could be written a lot clearer. And this time around, I also wanted to try out Discord. So it's totally optional. Everything will be done through Google Docs, but if you want more of a community aspect while you're knitting it, you can join the new Discord server, and I'll have little little sections specifically for each test knit so that you can interact with the community as you guys are knitting it, sharing your projects, but that's only optional. And if you just want to join the Discord not for test knitting, that's cool too. We have a main general area where you can just chat with people about your knitting if you like. I'm very new to Discord. I still don't fully understand it. So if you've never used it before, that's okay. I'll try and link a tutorial video. But again, we'll be using Google Docs, so the Discord is totally optional. So for the cardigan, all the materials and everything will be written in the sign-up sheet. But just for reference, you will need worsted weight yarn, a set of circular needles that get you the correct gauge. I used US 10 6mm needles. And you also need a set 2 sizes smaller than your gauge needle for ribbing. It's worked in worsted weight yarn, and it comes in 2 lengths, so you have kind of a normal, shorter version. I labeled it the shorter version, but it's not cropped. It's just like a normal length. And then we have the long version. So the yarn that I used is from Hobby Lobby. It's called Yarn ID, and I used the color Oat. This is a budget option. You don't have to use fancy yarn. You can use just big box store yarn. That's what I use for this. The cardigan body is knit flat. You knit 2 front panels and a back panel, and then you seam the shoulders together, and then you pick up stitches for the sleeves and knit the sleeves down. You could knit the sleeves flat if you prefer. I just think it's a little bit easier to pick them up. So when the pattern is released, it will be free on my YouTube channel with a full tutorial, but currently I haven't done any of the tutorials for it. I wanted to make sure everything is correct in the pattern before I sat down and recorded a whole bunch of tutorials. And then there are 6 sizes. I recommend choosing a size with anywhere from 4 to 10 inches of positive ease. You have 6 sizes. It ranges from a 38.5-inch bust all the way up to a 58.5-inch bust. So it doesn't close in the front. It doesn't have a button band or anything. It's just a garter edging along the front that you work simultaneously with each of the front panels. And then there's your lengths. So you have the short version ranges from 21.5 inches up to 24.5 inches, and the long version is pretty long, so I just left it at a standard 27.75 inches for all sizes. But yeah, it's a very simple pattern. If you've never knit a cardigan before, this is a great first pattern. That's my goal with this, is to make it for beginners. It's a drop shoulder construction, very simple. There's no short rows. There's optional instructions to do shoulder shaping, but it's not written into the pattern. It's an extra page that if you want the information, it's there for you, but you don't have to use it. Yeah, I think that's everything for the cardigan. So this one is actually really cozy. I knit it in cotton, but you don't have to. You could knit it in any fiber. So this pattern has 5 sizes, and it uses 3 colors of yarn. So you're going to be striping throughout the whole project. It's a top-down seamless raglan knit with 3 colors. And there is a little bit of short row shaping, so this one's slightly harder than the other pattern, but it's not terribly difficult. You just have to keep up with your increases as well as changing colors. But I am going to include a spreadsheet chart so that you can see I increase on this row while working this color, or this is a plain row and I'm working this color, that kind of thing. So it keeps it up with your increases. So you just kind of scratch off each row and it makes it really simple. For the materials, it uses DK weight yarn. So you have 3 colors, and as always, you can use any yarn that matches gauge. So I used a budget-friendly yarn. This is Sugar Wheel Cotton Solids from Hobby Lobby. So there's 335 yards in one ball. For color 2 and color 3, for a lot of the sizes, you could just use one ball of the yarn. You'll use a set of needles to achieve the gauge. I used a set of US 6 4mm needles, and you'll need them in 16-inch and 32-inch circumference, as well as a set of rib needles that are 1 to 2 sizes smaller. And the gauge is 19 stitches by 27 rounds for stockinette worked in the round. And like I said, there's 5 sizes, so I suggest choosing anywhere from 4 to 8 inches of positive ease. That's just a guideline. You can do whatever amount of ease that you like. I'm wearing a sample with almost 5 inches of ease. So the busts range from 38 to 54 3/4. But here is all of the measurements here. This sweater is slightly cropped, and you can make it in either a long sleeve or a short sleeve version. I'm wearing the long sleeve version, and you can see it's kind of cropped. It just goes past my high-waisted jeans, so you could definitely add length to it, but it's written to be kind of cropped. And this is the long sleeve version, but I also did make a short sleeve version. This project started out as like a summer project. That's why I made the short sleeve version first. But as the process started to take longer, I was like, why don't we add a long sleeve version so that you could wear it in the winter as well? I really love the feel of cotton, especially this brand, but you could knit it in wool or anything else that really matches the gauge. I was thinking 4 to 5 weeks turnaround for the test knitting process. It's a very, very simple pattern, and it is knit in a fairly loose gauge with worsted weight yarn, so I think it will go very fast. The striped raglan, I was thinking 5 to 6 weeks because it's DK weight yarn, so even though it's more cropped and it does fly by pretty quickly, I was thinking 5 to 6 weeks. If that seems too short for you, I'm always open to suggestions for that. Let me know what you guys think. These are the 2 patterns that I'm looking for test knitters right now. I'm not able to pay you, but I would love to offer you some free patterns from my shop as compensation. Yeah, I'd be very grateful to have your insight and your help on this. If any of you are interested, I'll have the sign up links in the description and in the comments below. That will have all of the written information that you need for this pattern. So if you forgot any of the information for it, it'll be written there. That's about it. There will be a lot more test knitting opportunities coming up, a lot more patterns dropping, and a lot more free patterns dropping. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.